Does my executor get paid? Hi, I'm Neil Tyra. I'm an estate planning attorney in Rockville, Maryland, and I do estate plans for regular folks like you and me. So, does my executor get paid for his services to probate my will? And of course, in Maryland, we refer to that individual as a personal representative. But same thing, executor slash personal representative. Do they get paid? Well, typically, no, but that's not always the case. I mean, typically, folks have a family member serve as their personal representative, and that family member is oftentimes accounted for elsewhere in the will. So there's no real incentive or need to pay them. But that's not always the case. Sometimes the personal representative is a non-family member, a coworker, or a trusted colleague or friend. In that case, if you're not providing for them in the will, it may be something that you want to do and is to compensate your personal representative. Or even in cases where it is a family member, family dynamics are such that perhaps if it's a complicated estate and one family member is having to do a hell of a lot more work than the others, it may make sense in that case to compensate the personal representative. The amount that you can do so is limited and set by statute here in Maryland. In essence, it's 90% of the first 20,000 and 3.6% of the balance of the estate as it's valued at the time of death. So you can see that a $500,000 estate or $1 million estate, that can be a pretty significant chunk of change. One thing to keep in mind is if you're using an attorney such as myself, if you're paying the personal representative and the attorney, they have to split that in some fashion. You can't double dip. So whatever that maximum allowable amount is, some goes to the attorney, some goes to the personal representative, and it has to be court approved. So the question is, do I pay him? Maybe. It depends on the circumstances. If you want to find out more information about wills, trusts, and estates and such, our information is at the end of this video. We'd love to have a chance to chat with you. Again, my name is Neil Tyra. I'm an estate planning attorney in Rockville, Maryland, and I do estate plans for regular folks like you and me.